morning.
Good morning.
Renee's so proud of herself. We literally started exactly on time. She's like, look, 11 o'clock sharp, 11 o'clock sharp.
You went to go push start on the timer, and I was like, for
It's
the
still
record,
11 o'clock.
It's
We did
still
good.
11 o'clock.
I spent a couple minutes reading the comments, and very negative towards Steve Trevino.
On which episode?
Last week. Well, they're like, well, you did have a request. Somebody said, can we get rid of Steve and just have Renae?
Oh, y'all know. There's no way that would work. When Steve leaves for like a minute to take a phone call or step out of the room, I'm like, come back. This is so weird and awkward.
Well, they were like, oh, Steve, all he does is complain. All he does is complain. I'm like, well, I complain on stage and it's funny. Apparently here it's not as funny.
Different venue.
I just laugh because it's like, it's always funny to me when keyboard warriors or keyboard cowboys are like, not funny or, are they talk about the podcast? Like, well, okay, well, you do it.
No, well, that's what I was about to
hard.
say. It's really hard. And you can go like minutes talking on your own. And I'm just like, Rick, Rick has a podcast too. Rick, do you think it's challenging to just keep talking? Like, do you have if your partner stops talking, are you like, what do I say?
No, I'm a talker. However, the topics are always the problem. Like, are we talking about things that people would relate? But I have no problem talking.
Well, and that's what you don't know, right? I mean, and again, we try to make this podcast a weekly discussion about what we're going through, and I don't ever want to shy away from the things that I'm feeling or things that we're going through.
Yeah.
But
in your defense, it's also like a balance, because the other end of the spectrum is like, we also don't want to be braggadocious, right? And we also don't want to overshare about our children. So it's like they complain if they feel like we're bragging, right?
Everything you do.
So then if you're complaining, then you're complaining too much. It's hard to.
I mean, I don't call people the pores. I'll tell you that. I don't.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I don't want to get into that, but it's definitely a balance, and I also want to be funny. But in my real life, my day-to-day life, I am not funny all the time.
Thank God. People ask me that question all the time, actually. They're like, is he funny all the time? And I'm like, no, that would be exhausting. Like, those people who are always like on? If you were one of those people, I don't think I could do it.
If there's an opportunity for a zinger, we're all about it.
Sure.
Right?
Because that's fun.
We'll spit it off. But being funny all the time, I am constantly working because I have a goal to not be on the road as much.
Yeah.
Right? So I need ancillary income. I need money to come in from other places. So I'm constantly trying to create other businesses, working on other things during the week, and then my comedy. So I'm always working, and it's hard to be funny and entertaining when you're always working.
But also that's like a professional, you're dealing with people in a professional setting and environment, and they want Steve the businessman, not Steve always cracking jokes. That's annoying.
And that is my job in the meetings when we are having meetings of new business partners or a new deal, where I will crack jokes and I will be funny. But at the same time, they also need to know that I'm taking this very seriously.
You're not a clown.
Because we want to succeed.
Yeah.
Right. So it definitely a very tough balance.
But last week you complained too much.
Apparently. Yeah. Okay. Apparently
I don't remember. I don't remember. We live so much life from podcast to podcast.
Bragging.
I'm going
to write a letter. Oh, they're bragging about all the life they live.
Shush. I mean, we're it's summer with two littles at home. There's so much happening from one day to the next that I don't necessarily remember what we talked about last week, if I'm being honest.
Who knows? I was annoyed or something about something, and I decided.
But I'm glad someone was a fan of me, because sometimes they're like, her laugh is so annoying, or she's such a bitch. Why is she on this? Why is she even on this podcast?
I did have a couple of comments, and I had called a good friend of mine who has become a good friend, Rico, and he loves to watch it right at work. He watches the podcast. Hey, Rico, love you, buddy.
We talk about baseball.
But he literally goes, dude, I spit my water out when you said, what's her favorite meal? And you said dick. He goes, I spit my water out. And then I had another comment that was like, oh my God, that's funny, right? So we do try to find those moments and those opportunities to be, funny.
Yeah.
But we also want to talk about the reality of life. I mean, I absolutely love summertime. I love the heat. I love being with my kids, but the kids being home for summer, we're also getting to the point where it's like, we kind of need them to go back to school. So I can get more work done at work and be able to move faster and get things done. And that's another thing. There's such a balance that Renae and I are, like, our big struggle right now is how much downtime do we give them? How much tablet time do we give them? Do we always have to take them and do an activity? I mean, there's just so much.
The scheduled camps. Actually, I have a mom who told me too. She was really proud at the beginning of the summer because she's like, my husband told me I did a really good job of planning out like the summer and the activities. Like, I don't think you realize, like, it really is a lot of effort to work out their summer camps and when they have time apart and then time together. And just like you said, like the downtime, the travel time. Like,
but I sympathize with the people that both mom and dad work.
Yeah.
Right.
How do they do it in the summer?
It's like either grandma has to help or, because that was me, right? In the summertime when I was very young, it was, we're going to drop you off at grandma's and then we'll pick you up.
Or they're in some sort of latchkey.
And then as we got a little older, we had a babysitter that would come and hang out with us that they had to pay. And then as we got a little older, it was like, look, you guys are on your own.
Right.
Right. And please make sure that that nobody dies because we got to figure it out. But the point I'm trying to make is that when I was growing up, number one, we went on a 4-day, maybe 5-day vacation, which included either Garner State Park,
a river,
Astroworld, or Schlitterbahn. Right, and Astroworld and Schlitterbahn were like a 1 day.
A river theme park.
We couldn't afford to be there all the time, right?
Yeah.
Garner State Park was literally pack the tents, or we're gonna rent a tiny cabin, and we're gonna hang out for a week. The rest of the summer was figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the other thing too. It's like, do these kids always have to have an activity? How do you guys attack summer with the boys being at their age now, Rick?
They're in sports, which takes up a lot of time, a ton of time. Just even driving, which when you're a kid, you don't realize how much time your parents put into you, like just driving places.
Yeah, and it's also scary because I also happen to know that I'm going to miss it.
What do you mean?
I'm going to miss summers without my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like there's going to come a time, God willing, in our life
when there's no more summers.
That there's no more summers with the kids, and me and you are just going to be looking at each other like, the fuck do we do with ourselves?
Yeah.
Right? Because they're in college or they're doing whatever. But it's definitely a struggle, and then I struggle, and Renae and I struggle with the tablet time. Right? Because it's a scary world we live in with AI, with cars driving themselves, right? And like I told Renae, I go, you got to think about something. In 20 years from now, it'll be 2045. That's crazy. We have to think about what kind of life are they going to be living 20 years from now? And if they fall behind on technology, because the whole world is going to be technology, where do we go from there?
And I hear that. I don't think our worry needs to be them following behind on technology. I think our worry needs to be, what is it doing to their development and their brain and their social skills? And how they communicate.
Well, Texas just passed this law that they are not allowed, kids in school are not going to be allowed to have cell phones at all. And the reason they passed that is because we have an entire generation that is not actually learning anything.
Yeah.
Right? And here's the interesting thing that happened this weekend, because the kids stayed with Kinsley and my stepmom, Sarah, and Garrett told me yesterday, or when I picked him up Sunday when we were going to football, he goes, Dad, I was Kinsley's navigator. He goes, did you know that Creekside It's straight. He goes, you just make a left and go straight. But he didn't realize that because he never had to pay attention to it.
Right, sure,
right?
Sure.
And when we were coming up, our generation, you learned a route to get somewhere, and it took a couple times.
Yeah.
And then you learned it by reading the signs.
You had to know street names.
Or getting the map, and you had to go, oh, I know I turn at the Whataburger, right? Mm-hmm. But now, if you ask me right now, hey, Steve, how do you get to DST? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't either.
And I've been
know
there.
a direction, and I could guess, but I would get.
I've been there a million times
Yeah.
at this point, but I just put in the GPS.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to music, and I'm talking to Garrett, and I'm not thinking, okay, what are my landmarks, and where do I need to turn? So what's happening is you have an entire generation of kids that are just going to their cell phone for answers. So they're not actually learning the material. They're just going to their cell phone for answers. So that's the big thing that Texas is debating is...
Well, there's a level of awareness that's lost, even for us.
Let's make them actually learn it as opposed to going to the phone. However...
we're going to grow up and all have the phone. I mean, they are.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to go to their job, and they're going to be able to answer questions because they're going to have their phone.
Yeah.
So it's a very touchy... You know, we were watching, Hidden Figures last night, which is wow, what an amazing movie and what an amazing story. And I still...
It's an old movie. We were rewatching it.
Yeah, I still, it is so fucking incomprehensible to me that there was colored restaurant. It's
the segregation.
It's like people walked around the world going, whoa, what are you doing? Go to that restroom. Like, that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, now there's all gender restrooms.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
At one point in the movie, she gets coffee from their coffee, and the next day she shows up. I don't mean to laugh, but it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
They all of a sudden have it. They have a colored coffee pot, and it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that's the race to get on the moon. And at one point they brought in a IBM computer that literally was going to take everybody's job because it can compute so much faster.
Right. There are all these men and women doing mathematical calculations by hand.
And if it is a true story, the Black Computing Group, her angle was, I already know we're going to be out of a job. So what we need to do is learn how to program that fucking computer.
Yeah.
Right? So she was one step ahead of the game going, what's going to be next? Mm-hmm. And all I'm saying is that we need to do that. We need to be one step ahead of the game going, what is next?
Right.
Right? So it's difficult when it's like, look, what's next is everything's computerized. Everything's fucking AI. Right. How do we use it? But how do our kids learn to use it and be ahead of the game?
I think my guess is that as AI takes over more and more, the social skills, the people who still have the social skills are the ones who are going to stand out.
I mean, you hope, right? Rick, what's your take on all this?
Oh my God, I have so many comments. One is, think about when you guys were kids, or Steve, when you would talk about how you'd have to pick up the phone that was attached to a wall, right? Did you ever think there would be an industry that are apps, that you're just walking around and you're just constantly using apps?
No.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't think that. So we can't even comprehend 2045, is that the number you said?
Yeah, the technology they're going to have.
Right. So what's the industry? Like, there's going to be extremely new industries that we're not even thinking about. And so to deny kids now AI, I know AI is not allowed in school, that to me just seems like a misstep. We know that this is here and it's not going away.
Correct.
So if we don't teach them the proper ways, and what you're saying, Renae, about like communication and being personal and stuff, how do you do that with AI? If you allow them just to do it on their own and not in school where you learn social skills, I think that is a big misstep.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, dude, you're looking at lawnmowers that are now programmed to cut your yard.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're also talking about how now, like, they're saying our brain, like, legit, the development of the brain is different because we are getting used to all of these short form videos.
Oh, look, dude. I mean, me and you especially. I'll tell you this: when I'm in my hotel room, I do not turn on the TV.
Yeah.
If I'm going to watch a movie or a TV show, I open my tablet, I put it on the bed, and I watch it right there.
Well, I do too, only because I can't figure out how to.
I don't even turn on
the TV work to what I want to watch.
I don't even turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild to me because when me and Rick, you're a little younger than us, and Timmy, man, when we woke up in the morning, these kids are going, can I be on my tablet? We were like, I'm going straight to the TV. Like, I want to watch what's on TV.
Yeah.
And now we're on, I mean, I think that we need to be forward thinking and we need to try to go, okay, what is the future look like?
And I'm not saying I don't want them to have it at all. Like, I agree they need some exposure. They need to know how to use it. But, like, adults have a hard time self-regulating on social media. So how can we expect our 4 and our 9-year-old to be able to do that? And I just think there need to be limits of how much a day.
Our kids walk into a grocery store maybe once a year. Think about that. And we used to have to go to the grocery store as a family. Like, it was a family outing to go to the grocery store.
Well, no, I take them and it is a family outing because they haven't been in so long. And I'm like, okay, let's see what's
y'all want to check out?
Like, yeah, no, I have to relearn my way around the grocery store. I was like, there's stuff in different sections now. Like, the healthy stuff has its own area against the back wall. Like,
we also lived in a world where, when I was a kid, a grocery store visit in Portland, Texas, was 2.5 hours.
Oh, because it
maybe
was a
3.
social visit. Because it was a small town, and you ran into everybody.
And everybody's
you
talking
knew.
and hanging out, and it's a thing.
Yeah, grocery shopping was
and
a
now
social
I'm like,
event.
I don't have 3 hours to go to the grocery store and chat with people. Life is too fast.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, it's wild, man, and you gotta look at the kids and go, okay, how do I prepare them for the future? How do I prepare them to have social skills? How do I prepare them, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, if our kids are not carrying all that information in their head, then does that leave space for other information?
Yeah, but I mean, you say that, like, when you talk about the grocery store, I don't think our kids even know what are the possible jobs at a grocery store because they don't go in one.
I mean,
they just know the person.
Who would have ever thought that a personal shopper would be a job at a grocery store?
Yeah.
Right? That H-E-B, best grocery store in the world, that H-E-B would now have an entire department and parking lot just for curbside pickup.
Yeah.
And then the funny part is, too, my big fear is I don't want to be the dad that has to call my son and go, hey, this automatic bather that bathes me, I don't know how to use it. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. I also want to keep up with technology.
Sure.
I don't want to be the dad that's like,
if it's gonna make me more efficient, show me how I want to use it.
But we have to learn it as we go.
Yeah.
Right. You can't
evolve
just
with it. Yeah.
You can't just give up now because by the time you like, Arturo's working in the back and he needed a monitor. I brought it to him and he was like, dude, where's all the cables to plug it in? I'm like, I don't know. I don't get on a computer. What do I need? Because I'm not on a computer.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky that either people that work for me or work with me, they do all the computer stuff for me.
Yeah.
I've completely lost that skill. Completely have lost that skill.
Yeah.
I find it weird when I go to a doctor's and they go, can you fill this out? And they hand you a fucking clipboard and a pen. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking tablet.
Yeah.
You know? It's tough and it's scary. And what's even scarier, our friends who invented this amazing, amazing product, and I couldn't be prouder of them, and they patented it, and they've taken the dive, and Renae and I are going to tell you more about it as it comes out. But they now made lights, Rick. Listen to this. They made a string of lights that every single light bulb can be unscrewed, and then you can screw in another strand of lights directly to it. Very cool thing. They're called Lincoln lights. Very cool. So if I wanted to put lights around this room, I could. And then if I wanted lights to come down on the edges, all I got to do is unscrew the light bulb, screw in the other strand to the light bulb, and now I'm going...
Or like when you wrap your trees, you don't have to wrap and then like go to the, wrap all this way and then come back down. You can just link off whenever you want to for your branches.
It's really freaking cool. But my digital marketing company, they did an AI commercial with
trippy
fake humans.
Yeah. I'm sure Rick has seen that in what he does.
And they look real.
Some of them look more real than others, but yeah.
And this is the beginning of it.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Have you seen that, Rick? How they're using that?
We're using it in a lot of our shows now.
It's so bizarre.
So who do you pay? It's fucking crazy. And I want to share this with you guys because it was shared with Renae and I, a Texas Ranger friend of mine, not the baseball players, the Texas Rangers, the law enforcement, and my neighbor, Mike Freelo, who's a detective. He was explaining to me that you now need a safe word that you and your wife and kids know, because there are now doing scams where my voice and my phone number will actually call Renae and tell her, I'm in trouble. I lost my wallet. Can you send me $1,000? And she needs to be able to say, and I'm just using this as an example, what's your favorite breakfast? And if they can't answer that, then you know that it's fake. But we are at that point where...
Well, now they know it's Dick.
It's very rare that dick comes out of her mouth or in her mouth. But anyway, we need to get off that topic. Yes, you can watch your tablet.
Why did you say I missed it? I didn't
She goes, are you serious? Y'all are podcasting? You didn't tell me to watch my tablet?
We didn't let him have it all morning because we knew we were podcasting. See ya, she said. And so we told them no tablet until we start podcasting, and then you guys can have it. We should let her know, Garrett. Well, Garrett will see her with
everything she does is the cutest. Everything she absolutely does is the cutest. But we should change the subject, and unless Rick has a final thought on that.
No, I like what you guys are. I actually really enjoyed this conversation. I don't fully understand the Lincoln Lights thing.
So you have a strand of lights, right?
Uh-huh.
You unscrew the light bulb, and then you take another strand of lights, and you can now connect that light, and then take the light bulb of the other strand of lights, and then now connect two strands together in any direction you want.
When you're saying bulbs, are these LEDs?
Yes.
Or...
And you can do that multiple times. So you're not waiting till the end of a string to attach your next string, and then you can make them go off in any direction
you could spell
you want.
words. You can go all the way across and make it rain all the way down by taking out every light bulb and then connecting strands coming down. If you want to take,
you could line your fence.
If you want to make squares, if you wanted to make squares, if you wanted to,
if we wanted to light each one of these like shelf pieces individually, so that they're every line on the bookshelf without having cords really going everywhere.
So, for example, our house, we have custom Christmas lights for our home, but what they have to do is they have to splice wire and then reattach a bulb
for the roof line
for the roof, and there's a lot of, and if they want to go down, they have to then splice the wire.
A pole.
With this one, you're just unscrewing light bulbs and connecting the other ends. It's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
So,
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really freaking. And then this is first generation. They're only doing white LEDs. Second generation will have an app that you can now change several different colors.
I'm excited. I want to do that tree grove back by the chicken coop. I think we can do some
lights
cool
coming down and
yeah.
So it just gives you it gives you a very quick way to strand lights together in any direction, any angle.
But also reuse them because you can constantly re-customize it however you want.
Yeah, if I wanted to make a giant square with them and it's one strand, I could do that. It's pretty neat. Does that make
When do
sense
they come
now?
out? Yeah, absolutely.
They're supposed to have them in stock like October. They're kind of bummed. You know, they're good friends of ours, and we had dinner with them. They're kind of bummed because they're kind of going to miss this Christmas season. So there's going to be a limited release.
Well, because they start filming Christmas commercials for Christmas products. They're doing that in June and July. They're doing that in the summer. So
we'll see. Renae and I would like to do like a little video for them to introduce it to our crowd and support them because, number one, they're good friends. And number two, it's like, you know, I always admire people that take a leap. You know, people that take a gamble. And they've taken a really big gamble.
From just an idea.
Just from an idea. And then it was really cool because they had the idea. They checked if there was a patent. There wasn't. They were able to get the patent as well.
Yeah.
So this is a brand new idea that they own. And it's one of those where you're like, why the fuck didn't I think of that? Like, shit. You know. So it's very cool. We had an amazing weekend. Grandpa Joe.
Oh, yeah.
That guy drives me crazy. I want to spend the weekend with my grandkids, and I'm going to come and babysit, and I want to be with the grandkids, and I don't want anybody else taking care of the grandkids but me and Sarah, and I want to be with my grandkids. And then he gets here, and he's like, oh, you're flying with Mr. Eric? Oh, yeah. And you got a hotel room? Can I go? I'm like, well, wait a minute. The fuck? I thought you wanted to... He's like, well, if I have a free flight and a free hotel room, I want to go. So we brought Grandpa Joe along, and I don't want to get too emotional, so I'm going to try to stay out of the emotions here. But it was really cool, and because of Eric and what he does for a living at Encore Jets, he's so kind to us, and we were able to fly private. So I had Biloxi, Mississippi.
On Friday.
Gulfport, Mississippi. Mm-hmm. On Friday at the Beau Rivage, which is an awesome casino, by the way, on Friday night. And then I had Golden Nugget, which is very close to Texas, on Saturday night. And the Golden Nugget show, because it's close to Texas, turns out to be a really fun, like, friends come, cousins come, you know, people just come because it's close to Texas, and it turns into a big party. Well, all our friends and family were coming in on Friday. So the plan was fly to Lake Charles, meet everybody, hang out.
Yeah.
Then fly to Biloxi, do my show in Biloxi, walk off stage, be back to party with everybody in Lake Charles at the Golden Nugget by 11.
That was the plan, yes.
That was the plan. So Cousin Felix shows up, Grandpa Joe's with me, and Grandpa Joe's like, I'll go to Biloxi. And Felix is like, man, if y'all got an extra seat, I'd like to go to Biloxi. So, get the...
Timmy's laughing in the corner. He doesn't even know what happened, and he's already laughing in the corner.
Dude, get to Biloxi, and my dad and Felix go, we're going to hit the tables while you're on stage.
Like, didn't even go backstage with you? Didn't even go?
We went backstage, but then they're like, we're going to go gamble right now.
Yeah.
And I go, guys, the plan is we're going to leave. Tim already knows where this is going. I go, I'm going to walk off stage, walk out the back. The car's going to be waiting, and they're going to take us straight to the airport so we can get back to party with friends and family.
Well, because they were even like, the airport was just waiting for you to get out so they could close.
Well,
right?
we had to pay extra to keep it open.
Yeah.
Right? So I tell them, I'm like, guys, I'm off stage at 9:45.
Yeah.
Please be back here no later than 9:40. Felix and Dad. Oh, yeah, no problem. I already knew we were in trouble because as soon as we got on the plane, Dad goes, give me a Crown Coke.
To go.
So on the way there.
Yeah.
So he's already drinking his Crown and Coke. Felix is drinking his Crown and Coke. I don't drink before shows.
Yeah.
Right? So we get there, and I walk off stage, and Kyle's freaking out. Can't find your dad. Can't find Felix. I don't know where the fuck they are.
Oh my gosh, poor Kyle.
And I'm like, oh my God, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? So I finally get a hold of Felix, and Felix is like, dude, we're still throwing dice. Your dad's been on a roll. He needs to hit a 6, and we hit a 6, we hit the jackpot.
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
gosh. I love that Rick is laughing.
I'm like, I go, Felix, I go, dude, we gotta, he's like, I know, dude, I'm sorry, I'm fucking coming,
In
right?
my head, I'm like, how much money is on the table versus how much does
Dude.
it cost to keep the airport open half an hour later?
Grandpa Joe won't even answer the phone. He won't even answer. And then I have him on Find My,
Which was very
Right.
smart of you to do that.
and his little JT, Joe Trevino's not moving. And I'm already sitting in the car. And I go, guys, where the fuck are you, right? And Felix like, dude, we're trying to go. We're trying to get out of here, right? And I'm like, dude, we got to fucking go. I go, and then Eric is like calling the pilots. Guys, we're running late. I mean, it's a fucking disaster, dude. I'm like, what? And Johnny's in there. Johnny's saying, we're all just sitting there waiting for him, right? And then he's like, and then Dad, finally get a hold of Dad. He's like, pick us up in the front. We're in the front. Pick us up in the front. God damn it. I had to leave. I was going to hit a 6. And I'm like, really, dude? Right? Oh. So finally get them. and then Dad's like, I ain't afraid of you, motherfucker. I leave when I want to leave. When I want to fucking leave. This fucking guy, Felix, was afraid of you. He was afraid. He was all scared. Oh, Steven's mad. I don't give a fuck that Steven's mad. I don't give a fuck. Leave me here, motherfucker. I'll find my way home.
It sounds
I'm
about
like,
right.
Jesus, dude.
Sounds about right.
I go, Dad, maybe Felix is not afraid of me. Maybe Felix has respect and concern for the fact that I'm paying for all this shit. Eric's paying for all this shit. And he's being respectful. And my dad's like, I do what the fuck I want, when I want. And I'm like, oh my God. We get on the plane, and I got to tell you, Dad was cracking jokes, and we were laughing. And Timmy's been on trips like these. The bottle of Crown comes out, and I pull out the Bluetooth speaker, and man, we're jamming out. We're having a great time. Dad's actually having an amazing time.
Yeah.
And everybody's laughing with him, and everybody's having a good time. We land, we get in the bus. Dad's cracking jokes. We're having a good time. Now, here's the crazy part.
Uh-huh.
I put it on shuffle, and Eric Helton goes, hey, man, one of my favorite songs is Until You Can't by Cody Johnson.
Uh-huh.
So he plays it, and I'm thinking to myself, it really touched me because I'm thinking to myself, I got to enjoy these times with my dad.
Yeah.
Like, he's juiced up.
Uh-huh.
He's in a great mood, which is fucking rare.
Yeah.
He's having a great time. I'm going to enjoy it. Right? So that song, thank you, Cody Johnson, that song touched me.
Yeah.
Then, but not that much. Like a little bit, right? A little bit. It wasn't until we got in the car to ride back to the Lake Charles Casino, Golden Nugget, it randomly played again. And that's when it hit me where I was like, this little sign from God
Yeah.
telling me, don't be mad about him being a complete fucking dickhead and enjoy the fact that he's having a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I was worried about you because when you texted me, you said Dad's in rare form, and I was like, oh no. And then you said you lost him, and I was like, oh no, this is either like gonna go really bad,
Or really
and
good.
then you were like, no, it's okay, we're having a good time. I was like, okay, because I knew it was like one extreme or the other.
Talking about speaking wife, dude. I'm on my way back, and I'm like, hey, baby, am I going to see you? She's like, well, are you having fun with your dad? I was like, oh, I speak wife. She ain't coming out, right? So we go straight to the craps table. I always love, like, I met a new cousin that I had not met. Half of our family went to Houston and kind of lost touch.
Yeah.
So met a new cousin, taught him how to play craps. He was loving it. Dad was having a great time. We're playing craps. Dad, he's so aggressive, dude. Hey, come here. How much did he tip you? And I go, Dad, dude, calm down. He goes, you gave him $25? I saw you give him $25. And the guy goes, yes, sir. Every time I come over here, he gives me $25. And my guy goes, well, motherfucker, we want drinks. Go get our drinks. And I'm like, dude. But everybody thinks he's funny because now he's 5'2". Right? He's this little fucking aggressive man.
I don't know.
I
I don't know if everybody thinks he's funny.
No, they think he's entertaining. Right, Tim? Like people are like, that motherfucker's crazy, dude. And even the dealers were like, all right, pops, hey pops, like, and dad's laughing, and then he gets the drinks. He goes, okay, like that, motherfucker, like that. Like, I know Timmy can picture it, like Timmy. and man, we just had a great night of just hanging out with my dad, my cousins. I mean, we just had a great night. Woke up the next day.
But you lost. I didn't wake up to any cash on the bed.
No, that night I won like $300.
Okay.
That night. But I was also saving it because I was like, I got Saturday coming, right? And then our friend Carlos, he partied a little too hard. Him and Eric partied a little too hard at the pool. They didn't make it out either Friday. They were done. But then we got a cabana the next day at the pool.
Oh, we got 2 cabanas.
2 cabanas. Two. And that's because we didn't book it. Somebody else did.
We got 2
We
cabanas.
were literally laughing. Had a great day at the pool and oh my gosh, the people watching.
Yeah, there's some good people watching.
And I want to know people's opinion on this because there are some women, I understand being proud and having a I don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
But some of these women.
You know what? I have a pretty strong opinion about this.
There was a 70-year-old obese woman in a thong to the point, Timmy and Rick, the side of the thong you could not see because her fat rolls.
Oh my gosh.
Rolled over the thong. Now, here's what I will say.
Say what you want to say.
A 70-year-old in a bikini, okay. But a thong? And here's the fucked up part. She also had a limp.
Why does the limp matter?
I'm just saying
the limp
that maybe if you have a limp,
anything?
maybe thong's not for you. Maybe if you have a limp and you're obese, maybe a thong is not for you.
No, listen, it's not like we're at Schlitterbahn, right? Like it's one thing if you're at like the family-friendly, hottest, coolest time in Texas. But this was predominantly like an adult swimming pool, DJ, party, everybody's drinking. There were a few kids around, but for the most part,
obese.
It's not the kind of place you bring your kids. I think women have so many hangups already naturally about their body.
I don't
and maybe
disagree.
You can't relate. So I feel like if a woman feels comfortable,
The thong,
good for her.
the thong where the butt meets between the legs,
The thong where the
was
butt
loose
meets between the legs.
the string
you
was
doing?
hanging. The string was hanging.
What is this?
That's the string. The string was hanging from the bottom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The string.
The string from what?
The bottom.
There's no string at the bottom of the swimsuit. There's strings on the side.
It was a thong.
Uh-huh.
And the thong string was hanging. Loose. Okay, Rick, what's your perspective?
Oh man, I actually kind of admire people who don't care about their body.
Yes. So many of us have so many hang-ups. And the reason we do is because people like you who are being judgy. You say I'm judgy. I am. I'm usually the judgy one. But when it comes to this issue, I think that if somebody feels comfortable in it, you wear what you want.
Bikini, yes.
As long as it is an appropriate setting when we're talking like with kids.
A bikini, yes. This was a string thong on a 70-year-old woman with a limp who was obese.
Listen, if a 70-year-old,
Rick was
if a 70,
The lip has
the
nothing
lip
to do
guy.
with anything. That's what makes it so funny.
She had the limp. She could barely, like when she would go into the pool, she would have to hold on
well,
to the
maybe
rail.
that's why it looked like a thong. Maybe it wasn't really a
No,
thong.
it was a
but
thong.
because she had a limp, it was like her
And
butt
it wasn't
was
like
eating
one
it.
of those thongs that like starts big and then gets small. It was like this was the back. This was the back.
Got it.
Just saying.
Got it.
The people watching.
Do you know what? I don't
awesome.
care what people wear. What I was not into was someone throwing up in the swimming pool. Like, you feel throw up coming on, right? Like, I get it if you, I don't know, something else happens. Like, if you have diarrhea and you don't make it out of the pool in time, like, that can come on quick. But throwing up, like, your mouth starts to water, you know that's coming on. Get out of the pool.
Did someone really throw up in the pool?
Someone threw up in the pool. Yeah. Like,
So
and
the whole-
early in the day. This was like the pool opened at 11. It was probably before lunch. Someone was throwing up in the pool.
And they have to get everyone out, and
Yeah.
what do they do?
Everyone
They
has
had
to get out.
The dudes come out and they shock it and they check the pH level and they're like, okay, there's
We
just
got to wait
enough.
30 minutes.
There's just enough pee in this pool that everybody can get back in. Well, and that's what's crazy. Like, I will tell you right now, the 2 casinos that I did are one of my favorite out of Vegas casinos.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the Golden Nugget is nice. They give you a great Vegas experience. The staff is amazing.
Outside of it, you mean
Not
the
in-
restaurants?
not in Vegas.
They give you a great casino experience.
Great casino experience.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not cheap.
No.
Very nice place.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want people to think I'm shitting on the Golden Nugget. I'm shitting on some of the people that fuck it up for the rest of us.
That throw up in the swimming pool.
Because, man, they have nice cabanas. The waitresses are great. Like,
Yeah.
hey, dude,
There's a lazy river.
I'm telling you right now, if you're from Texas, there's 2 casinos that I will tell you that are close by to go to that are my favorite. And I've never played it, so I'm not even saying this because I play it. Choctaw Casino
I don't know.
is awesome.
Yeah.
In Durant, right? I think. And then the Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Dude, the Golden Nugget, they do a fantastic job.
Isn't there like a new Margaritaville outside of Houston, or where's that?
That's in Tulsa. That's a great one, too. In Tulsa, but it's a
why
little
did
further.
I thought there was a closer one that
Choctaw's
just
on
opened.
the border of Texas and Oklahoma, I think, and then Lake Charles is on the border of Texas and
Louisiana. Yeah.
So, great casinos, but man, the people watching was nice. It was, I mean, and it's tough because I want to make fun of all of them, you know, like with your friends. That's what you do when you people watch, but then people are watching me because most of the people there are for the show.
Yeah.
That was my first line on stage. I go, which one of you threw up in the pool and can't have nice things? Like, holy crap. But it was packed, man. We had a great time. It's a Landry's property. So all of the Landry's restaurants were there. And we learned something new. Pre-order your food.
I don't think they let people do that.
No, we were able to do that. Our biggest issue is that we want to have a dinner with our friends, but I have to be at the show.
Yeah.
So in order to have a nice sit-down dinner with 10 people,
They want us to sit down at 4:30.
they want us to sit down at 4:30 to
For
be able
dinner.
to get out of there.
Yeah.
So this time I go, look, how about we get there at 6 and you guys, at that point, we'll just give you our orders and when go ahead and put the food on the table when we sit down. So
We took everybody's order and Kyle sent it to the restaurant.
a 2-hour
before.
experience was now an hour, and it just worked out great.
Yeah.
Because we got there at 6, and I was out of there by 7:15 to go do meet and greet.
Yeah.
Like I was supposed to. So, you know, man, what a great weekend and great friends.
It's fun.
You know, and you know, since moving to Texas, it's taken a while, but you know, we're starting to find those friends that are genuine, those friends that we want to have around, those friends that truly cheer on our success, you know, and those friends were there. And it was just nice that it was really cool. And then it's fun, you know, because occasionally you get like a blast from the past. You know, the Armor Tour showed up and you know, and I'm by all means, I'm not being mean, but they're 30 years older than I saw them last, you know?
Yeah.
And then you see them and they remind you of who they are. And I don't know if you do this, but I immediately in my head go back to a memory and see them, what they looked like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So it was great to see them from Gregory Portland, and it does make me feel great that they come out and they say, Steve, we're so proud. We've been wanting to come to a show.
Yeah.
You're from little old Gregory Portland. You know, those are the moments that make me feel like, oh, wow, man, people did notice.
Yeah.
And people are noticing.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I feel like I'm not making progress. Sometimes I feel like, you know, there's so much more to do in my career to make it. And then when you have moments like that where people are so incredibly happy to be with you, it's really cool.
Well,
you know?
this gig was funny for me too, because I feel like we had, I don't know if you got this, but we had multiple friends who saw your face on a billboard because it's summer and we had lots of friends, family friends, road tripping from Texas to Florida or, you know, wherever they were going. And so they would see billboards with your face on them throughout Louisiana and Mississippi. And they were like, oh, we saw Steve's face on a billboard. And that was like such a big deal, your face on a billboard.
It's really cool, man. And it's really special. And those are the things that, like, you know, I do have moments like that where I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm doing this. Like,
yeah.
and I'm getting there, you know? And what I really love about the Golden Nugget is that over time, because we've been there quite often, the staff is happy to see us.
Yes.
You know, and the staff's like, hey, Steve, and, you know,
yes.
you took care of me last time, and is there anything I can do for you? And
oh,
you know,
now they're encouraging me too. You're on stage, and she's like, hey, go buy a Louis. They have a Louis in the shop. Go buy a Louis while he's on stage.
and just the love that we got from Beau Rivage and Golden Nugget, it really is super cool. I am starting to get a little nervous because I'm ready to film this material.
Uh-huh.
And my brain has to start thinking about, oh crap.
Starting over?
We're going to start over.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little nerve-wracking. You know, I'm glad I did a showcase in San Antonio because I literally sat on the stool and just worked on material. Yeah. You know, came up with this great idea about you having a crystal ball and your ability to predict the future.
Predict your fuck-ups?
Yeah. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm like, wow. Fuck, dude, you have a crystal ball? I mean, shit, dude, is that what's going to happen? So it was a great weekend. Fun. Really enjoyed my dad's energy. Really enjoyed, you know, him playing craps with me all night. You know, even though I lost on this trip.
Yeah.
I didn't lose because I got to spend it with my dad in a good mood. And I don't know quite how many more years I'll get to do that.
Yeah. I'm glad it worked out.
And those of you that have not heard the Cody Johnson song, Till You Can't, really encourage you to listen to that song. It's really, really pretty. And you know, that message was sent loud and clear that night.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It could have gone bad. And I could have got pissed off with the fact that he was completely disrespectful and completely shitty and completely not only disrespectful, but aggressively disrespectful. Like, well, let's wrap it up. Any questions about that, Rick?
Well, yeah, when you guys are out at the pool and everyone's there to see you, are people coming up to you and taking time and pictures and stuff?
Yeah, we get that a little. You know, a lot of times it's a handshake or a wave or a nod or hey, man, we're going to see you tonight.
It's quick. It's not
took several pictures. I will say that being in a cabana, because it's roped off, really helps. I did jump in the pool and hang out a little bit, and there was a lot of like fist bumping and hey, can I grab a quick, you know, selfie and which I already knew that was going to happen. But my group had decided that we're all going to have drinks in the pool and I wanted to join them. And I knew that was going to happen. And for those of you out there, if you ever see me out and about, I will never turn down a picture. No. I will never not shake your hand. I will never not have a conversation.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that, in my opinion, I think if you're a shithead about it, people fuck with you. But I think if you're really nice, people just go, I don't want to take too much of your time.
I was gonna say, and I feel like for the most part, you can. What I see a lot of is people waiting for the right moment. So you will notice that they're sort of out there and they're watching or they're looking your direction, but they're just sort of waiting to make sure they're not interrupting or that it's a good moment.
But then I had a shithead that was like, "Hey, dude, give me tickets." And I literally thought he was joking. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I can't do that." "No, man, for real. Can you give me tickets? I need tickets."
But that's rare.
And I'm like, "Dude, I can't give you tickets." Puh. And I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" Like
he was. I think it was rare, and he was drinking by the pool.
He was drunk, dude. He looked like a damn lobster.
Yes, he was so burnt.
He's hurting now.
So burnt.
He's hurting now.
He wouldn't have made it to the show anyway if you had given him tickets.
Well, the lazy river is nice too because I'm basically on a conveyor belt for everybody. Like I'm on display on a conveyor belt. If someone
throws up, it just keeps moving.
Yeah,
it gets suctioned out quicker.
So I would hear things like, "There he is again," or like Steve's coming around. So I would hear people say, and believe it or not, like that's what makes me uncomfortable. I'd much rather you say hello. I'd much rather you acknowledge me than a lot of times I'm walking by and I hear, "That was Steve Trevino," and I'm like, "Man, just say hi." Like those are the things that make me a little uncomfortable, you know. But I don't mind it. I also, it is also scary to me that, again, I've said it before on this podcast. I could not imagine being more famous, like uber stupid famous.
Yeah.
You know, like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Well, because then it becomes like even just logistically, right? Like right now you can stop and take pictures because it's not so many. But when you're Matthew McConaughey, you can't stop and take pictures with you have to get somewhere. You only have so much time to get there. Like you have to have an escort to kind of help you keep moving.
I mean, look, I go to the Whataburger drive-thru and people go, "Hey man, what's up?" And they give me my food. Matthew McConaughey goes to the Whataburger drive-thru, or George Strait goes to the Whataburger drive-thru, and it's literally news. Like it's literally on the news. "Oh my God, Matthew McConaughey stopped by Whataburger in San Angelo, Texas."
Yeah.
And it's like, how is that fucking news?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. The man likes Whataburger. Can he have a fucking Whataburger? Can he not stop in a drive-thru and get a bite to eat? I mean, shit.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know. It's a tough one, you know. But any other questions, Rick?
No. Well, one, just Renae, when you're saying that people are waiting, you know, to find the moment to take photos with you guys and stuff, isn't that kind of weird in itself?
I mean, a little, but not in a bothersome way. I mean, I guess I appreciate that they've kind of let us finish our conversation instead of interrupting.
And you know, and this week especially, and it does happen almost every week, but this week especially, there were several people that got very emotional to meet me, where they're shaking or crying, and I don't ever know what to do, so I'll just hug them. Like I'll just give them a hug because I'm uncomfortable, and then they're looking at me in this way that's like, and they can't talk, they're shaking, they're nervous, and I just go like, first of all, thank you, but second of all, like I don't know how to react.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to just take a picture and be like, "All right, well, I'll just leave you here shaking and crying. Later, loser." You know, I want to let them know like, "Oh my God, wow, thank you."
Right.
And I just hug them.
Yeah.
You know, and I just go, you know, and they won't let go. They're like, "Oh my God," you know, which is why Renae makes fun of me because she's like, "God, how much cologne are you going to put on?" And I'm like, well, after a show where I'm sweating for an hour, if I hug somebody like that and I stink, they're going to be like, "Fuck, Trevino, he stunk." I want them to leave there going, "He smelled like an angel. He smelled exactly like I thought he would smell."
I mean, but people are good because after your show, I went and got a late night bite with the Hiltons in the restaurant, and there was one woman who came over and asked for a picture, but she did it before our food arrived, so it wasn't like we were in the middle of eating. And then the couple at the table next to us too, they waited till they let us have our conversation all through dinner. He could have easily like reached over the table and said something, you know, but he waited till they were leaving. Like they'd already paid their check and they were getting up to leave. And he came over and shook my hand and introduced himself and said, I'm a vet. I want to thank your husband for all he does for the vets. And then they walked off.
You know, normally like when I do a nice restaurant, they normally have like a back room where I can go and eat. And then because we changed our reservation, they had to move us to General Pop.
Gen
Pop. And that's uncomfortable because literally the entire restaurant is staring at me. Like everybody's like, you see them like, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling to be stared at. And not by one person, by an entire restaurant.
And that's because we're at the Golden Nugget and most of the people staying, I think, you know.
They're all there to go to the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, Rick, just imagine you and Gigi go to dinner and as you walk in, everybody's staring at you walking. And then you sit down and everybody stares at you while you eat.
Did they count the food, though?
I wish. But it's a very uncomfortable feeling. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't feel like you can be yourself, right? Like, I pick my nose occasionally. And I got to think about that. I can't pick my nose right now. Everybody's fucking watching me. Can I get this damn stiff booger that's in my nose out? I mean,
yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, oh my God, he's picking his nose. You know,
yeah.
It's tough. Then a couple, which is very nice, you know, they sent us a shot. And I don't want to just take the shot and wave. I want to go over there and I want to thank them because that was a very nice thing to do. But I also don't drink before the shows.
I also felt like that kind of made a scene, though, in the restaurant. Because then we got up from our table and walked to their table and then came back to ours. So
well, what do you do, right? Do I just wave? And then, well, if I was going to take the shot, I would have just waved and taken it and said, cheers, thank you. But I also felt the need to go and explain to them, I can't have this shot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on my way to work. Thank you for giving me the shot. I'm not being disrespectful by not taking it. I just can't do it right now.
That's when I think it's nice to have, like, you know, Kyle wasn't with us, but that's when it would have been nice to have, you know, Kyle could have walked it back and given your sentiments or whatever so that you don't have to get up from your dinner table and go over, but just say he really appreciates it.
But then you also don't want to be the guy that sends your people. That's like, oh, let me send my guy. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're done. Her tablet's out of battery.
All right, we got to go. Aztec Chevrolet, Coastal Bend, Chevrolet, and Auto Group. Please give them an opportunity. Absolutely amazing. I'm filming a really cool commercial with them soon.
Yeah.
Very excited about it. Pick Cherries. Please download it. Old Salt Coffee. Absolutely delicious. Had mine this morning.
I love you. 10. Thank you. I'm going to go charge a tablet and help with the meltdown so they don't hear the screaming in the background.
We also got to give it up to Raul Western Wear. Big announcement. Big announcement coming. Rick, I got to tell you all about it. We're going to do something very, very cool. Very, very soon for everybody. Very, very excited about it. Big things happening with Raul Western. Please go and support. We absolutely love you. Did I miss anybody, Rick?
No, I think that's it.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you so very much. Please like, please share. We need this podcast to grow. So if you love it, please share with others. Thank you guys very much. Bye-bye.